get it eventually. There we go. 100 grams of sourdough discard, 250 grams of water, 500 grams of all-purpose flour, mix it for 30 minutes, no, 30 seconds, or until it becomes a shaggy dough. Should look, whoa, don't flip out, like that. Now we will cover this and let it rest for 30 minutes. Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. It is evening time again. I am off work. I got to groom dogs all day, and as you can see, I have started a loaf of bread, and now I'm headed out. I have just a couple stalls left to clean that I didn't get done this morning, and then I need to make dinners up for the horses. How are we? Hi guys, you guys are getting so big. These are pure barred rock chicks that we hatched out. It'll be 2 weeks on Monday. So they are 10 days old. And they're so cute. We raise them out to sell them if people want to buy them, and but for the most part we raise them for meat for our dog food and to replace hens in our flocks. So we do replace hens in our flocks that, you know, that we've had to cull for whatever reason. We don't cull chickens because they are 2 years old, 3 years old, and not laying as much anymore. We cull our chickens because they get sick or they don't recover from a molt very well. If they're not thriving, then we will cull them. Or of course, if they're mean, we will cull them. So I do replace hens in my flock, and then primarily these get used for dog food. We grow them out for 16 to 20 weeks, and then we butcher them here on the farm and turn them into dog food for our 5 dogs. Haven't done it in a little while, and we do have quite a few new subscribers, so I would just like to take a moment and say thank you so much. Welcome to our channel and our farm and this little glass life that we live, so that we can share it with you, and thank you for allowing us to share our life with you. I'm gonna try to, in the next few videos, I'm gonna try to just kind of explain things a little bit more thoroughly for those of you who haven't been here for the whole journey or a long time. But if I miss something and you're wondering what the heck is going on, please don't hesitate to just drop a comment below and ask the question. I'm happy to answer any questions. While my channel is small, I do have time to answer those questions. So anywho, we are in my barn, and right now the only animals that live in this barn are the 3 barn cats and the 5 horses at nighttime or when the weather is not good. My horses are spoiled farm horses. They're not necessarily like spoiled show horses. There is a difference. I used to show horses, so I am aware that it's different. These are trail horses, and so they do get to enjoy their days out in pasture. They do get snack time. They get fly blankets and fly masks when they want them. They get fly sprayed, and then of course in the winter time, if they need blanketed, we do that. As you can see, my stalls inside my barn are more like what most people would call like foaling stalls. They are at least 32 feet wide by 12 feet deep. Some of them are bigger than that. 36. Some of them are 36 or 40, depending on whether or not it was 12 or 16 foot panels that I used. But they do have great big stalls inside the barn, and that is just so that they can spend time in here and lay down and have plenty of room and be comfortable. However, I have Chance's stall and Gracie's stall to clean. I did not get them done this morning before I went to work, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, Miss Grace's stall is done. Well, everybody's stalls are done now. And Mr. Chance's stall is all done. I am going to check on minerals. Looks like number 1 is their salt mineral lick. Number 2 is kelp. Looks like Chance is good. I'm gonna check on Gracie. So she is also good. Josie, I believe, needs both number 1 and number 2. Maggie, number 1 and number 2, so that's 2 of 1 and 2 of 2. And Velvet is good on both. Hi, Miss Lily. One, 2. One, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I do a horse mineral that I get off of Chewy. I don't know why the lights are causing so much degradation of the video. I'm sorry, but see if I can fix that. Goodness. I think it's because we have rain coming, and so it's really humid, and so I think it's fogging up the camera and causing distortion in the camera. But the salt is a mineral salt from Tribute. I get it from Chewy, and the horses like it. Seems to do a really good job. And then of course kelp. I have now taken to getting my kelp on Amazon, and I can get it for, it's a little over $100 for a 50-pound bag. It's expensive, but from what I've read online in some of my groups and things, you know, people are paying a lot more than that. So I feel pretty blessed that I found it for, I think it was like $111 or $112 on Amazon, and that's where I have to get it. Now I don't have a feed store here that carries it. Now in Oregon, where we moved from, they had a feed store there that carried it, and I was able to get it. Just, you know, just go to the feed store and get it. Here, no such luck. Okay, I'm gonna get to feeds going. Okay, all the feeds are made up, and these are actually Gracie and Velvet's breakfast. I just make them all up at the same time. And then Velvet, Maggie, Josie, Gracie, Chance. Now we have, with explaining about the horses a little bit for those of you who are new. So these are retired trail horses. There's some of them that are still rideable, but just going down the list in real quick time, because we have a lot of supplements and things like that that we feed. We feed a lot of different things just because of special needs. So we have Gracie. Gracie has Cushing's, diabetes, severe osteoarthritis, and hormonal issues. All of them are treated, and she is perfectly healthy. However, she's 31 years old also, so she does have those things. Chance has diabetes and Cushing's, all managed with medication. He is healthy. Josie is the land hippo. She doesn't have any problems other than just being fat. Maggie has osteoarthritis, and she's got tummy issues. So Maggie gets an upset stomach easily. She colics easily, so she is on supplements for that, but she's healthy and she hasn't colicked in a really long time. Velvet is also 31 years old, and she is Cushing's diabetic and has an undiagnosed neurological issue. I believe it's EPM, but it could also be like a tick neurological issue. Again, she's 31 years old. I've had her since she was 4, and she's a wonderful little mare, but we are just basically, with all of these guys, this is their retirement home. This is where they have come to live out their days in pasture, being spoiled, getting massages and getting groomed, and pretty much just not having any responsibility as a horse. So that's just a little bit about them. Okay, I got all the feeds dispensed. Now let's go out to the horse's garden, and I plant carrots out here for my horses. And let's see if we can't get these guys some carrots. There's one. There's 2. And that one looks like a big one. Oh yeah. That's a monster. Good grief, that's a great big, I mean, these are cinder blocks. That's what's underneath these caps. That's a long carrot. So 3, let's see, this one looks pretty big. 4, that one looks pretty small. And these are Persine carrots, so they are short, stubby carrots. They're meant to be this way. And I believe that these are, oh, I don't want to tell you the wrong variety. I want to say icicle, but that's not right. That's radish. So anywho, that's a great big bushel of carrots. So these are what's left out here. These are all grown. I grew these over the winter. And then on this side of the barn, I have started a new bed. And you can see there's little tiny carrots coming up all the way down. There's 3 rows of them in this bed. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm saving the last, the biggest, for Gracie. Gracie is the queen of the barn, so that one's for her. I do need to close this back gate so that I can bring everybody in and pick up this bucket. And yes, for those of you who have been here for a while, you did hear the bread alarm, but we are going to ignore it for right now because we can. All it is sourdough discard, flour, and water in that bowl, and it is just resting and incorporating together. So we are actually going to bring the horses in first and get that task completed and get the barn shut down, and then we'll go in and finish the bread. I'm coming, Maggie. Looks like Maggie is ready, so we'll take her and Josie first. stupid here. You're all right. I'm coming for you, Belle. I'm not running with you tonight. Check out that sunset. It's a pretty one tonight. All right, go ahead. I'll lock the gate. Make good decisions, please, old lady. Thank you, ma'am. Good job. Everybody's in. Now it's bread time. Jess is enjoying her minerals. Yummy. You're welcome. Gracie saves her carrot till last. Wash your hands. And do our dough. Doesn't look any different. Looks exactly like it did when we left it. We are going to add 60 grams of butter. No! I waited too long and my scale shut off. That's a bummer. So now I'll have to dig all the damn darn butter out. Okay, back on. Okay, let's try that again. Just shut off again. Okay, that's 60. It was at 54. I'm gonna call that 60. Just eyeballing it and figure out what's going on with my scale. Probably needs a battery or two. What are these? AAA's. BRB. Like I said, you guys, I always pride myself on doing a day in the life vlog, and there's nothing that's faked around here, including a scale that runs out of batteries. All right, we'll see if that works. If not, then I have a spare scale. This scale is, oh gosh, probably 10 years old. Okay, zero it out. So 60 grams of butter, 20 grams of sugar, 10 grams of salt, 7 grams of instant yeast. That's what it looks like. Back to the mixer we go. Lock on for 6 minutes. Okay, as you can see, we are slapping the sides of the bowl. That means it's done. So we'll just and let it be for an hour. So cover it. Oven preheated to 350. Here we are after an hour in the loaf pan. Later. 40 minutes later. There she is. Thank you all for joining me for this vlog. I'll catch you on the next one. Yours truly.